Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Thanks for the ride on, John Shaw. Yeah, camera was off, wasn't it? Sorry, Tina, I didn't realise. Ryan Perring is on Twitch. Good evening, Ryan. Freddy Camelo, saludos. He's from Colombia. Dean Miles is already telling me to shut up, which is fair enough. And I can't argue with that. So, right, let's go. We've got 1 minute. It's Wednesday workout. This is a relatively tough one. We get up to 19 kilometres an hour for 200 metres. Right in the middle of the workout. It's basically up and down. So we go 800 metres, 600 metres, 400 metres and 200 metres. And then we go 2, 4, 6, 8. And each time the speed increases, but the distance gets shorter. So that's the way it works. It is crazy dark at 6:30 in the evening. Yes, Ryan, you're right. Good evening, Vidar. Right, 20 seconds, so I better get up to speed. This is not going to be a walk in the park today. Always quite tough Wednesday workout. So just do the best we can, and away we go.
Okay, let's go.
So we start at 10.5 kilometres per hour. And we've already left some people standing at the start line. Tim Iveson's with us, John Shaw is with us, Paul Doyle is with us. Who else have we got? Thomas Heldorn, Jonathan Cost. Harold de Graaf is with us. Hello Harold, haven't seen Harold for a long time. Diaz from Spain is with us. D-Man, D-Man, I'm not sure who D-Man is. Is it Derek? Can't remember. Daniel Jury says you can do it. Yeah, this is a doable workout. It seems hard at first, and certainly the first two can take your breath away, but then you kind of settle into it, and in the end it's actually not too bad, he says, before we've even begun. Vida says, I'm running the Zwift Academy workout 2 later this evening. Good job and good luck. That's the one you'll enjoy. So we have a mile of warm-up. So I just need to stay relaxed. Get into the swing of it. Got a couple of strides after the warm-up. Wanda Archer says she opted out. Oh no, she's asking me if I opted out. I'm assuming the dinosaur clothing will be available for the next week or so through Halloween. I hope so anyway. So I haven't opted out, but I just chose to do Wednesday workout as my kind of staple of the week. Susanna says, take it easy. Yes, I will take it steady. Leo's in this, isn't he? I've seen Leo's name somewhere. But of course, Leo is much quicker than me, so Leo will be a bit further ahead. Oh yes, the chasing event, of course it is. So we've got the Halloween Chasers event on at the moment, which if you join Group A, you start a couple of minutes before Group B, and if you join Group B, your job is to chase down Group A. Paul, yo-yo. Nice. Yeah, so if you want a bit of fun dressed in a dinosaur costume, go and join the Halloween Chasers run. There are a few of them, and again I hope they are on tomorrow. I will join one tomorrow. Nick Dumbleton says, evening Mr. C. Any recommendations on trail shoes? I wear neutral shoes to the road. Well, there are all manner of trail shoes, Nick, so it depends what kind of trail you'll be running. Is it going to be wet and muddy? Or is it going to be dry and hard? Because that kind of determines the kind of trail shoes you go for. Whether you go for big, thick lugs that grip the mud and get you through dirty, slippy, muddy terrain, or whether you go for slightly smaller lugs which are better on harder terrain. Then you need to think about comfort. How far are you going? Do you need very comfortable cushioned shoes, or do you want to go for shoes that let you feel the ground underneath your feet, which some people do indeed go for. So what do you prefer? So my choice of trail shoe is generally Hoka, and I'm currently running in Hoka Evo Speed Goats. So if you want to check them out, you can. Hoka Evo Speed Goats. But that is just one of a multitude of different kinds of trail shoe you can get hold of, and really it's a case of learning by experience what shoe suits you best. Same as on the road, really. Carol Rushworth says, a good session on Monday. Zoom worked very well. And surprisingly, yes indeed. Very few, if any, technical issues. Ryan Perrin says, do I use Hokas for the road? No. Although I have got a pair of Hokas for the road. What do I use? Cliftons. Hoka Cliftons for the road. But I don't tend to wear them. I tend to wear either my Nike Structure 19s or these New Balance 1080s, or if I'm racing, I'll wear the Nike Next Percent racing shoes that I've got. Paul says Columbia do good trail shoes. Columbia are the sponsors of the UTMB trail races. Mike Hoy, hello Mike. When I go to update my Max HR in Zwift, it only lets me put in single digit, not 3 digits. I'm lost on how the single digit equates. No. So when you click in there, it's a bit counterintuitive. You might need to backspace or press the back arrow on your keyboard because it is a bit weird. I'll try and show you, if I remember at the end, I'll try and show you, but it is a bit odd sometimes. Carol Rushworth uses Salomon Speedcross, yeah. Salomon Speedcross, a very popular shoe, very well liked, a bit narrow for me. So anyone else got some good trail shoe suggestions? Mud Claws are always a popular one. They're the ones with really thick lugs. Nick says, assuming wet and muddy next week, South Downs off-road half, starting at Goodwood. Okay, well, it depends. I mean, honestly, I would, do you know what, Nick? Go into a store and try some on, try a few pairs on, and see what feels comfortable. Try some Hokas if you can find somewhere that sells Hokas. Try some Hokas, try some Salomons. Try some. What else am I thinking of? Scott's. Scott Kinabalu, they're really good. Paul says, what are your thoughts on Adidas? I hate them for running. Well, I've used Structure 19s for a long time, which are Adidas. Right, just hold on 1 second. 15 kilometres now, just for a short blast. Just 200 metres here. Stretch out the legs a bit. Okay, back down to 12. Dirt Chinese says a treadmill looks jelly. It's alright, seems fairly solid. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. You can see the cup things rattling. It's okay, it's fairly solid. Vidar says Oka Torrent is lighter and faster than Speedgoat 4. Yes, at the expense of comfort. So if you're only doing a short run, a half marathon would count as a short run. Then Hoka Torrents are nice and light and fast, but they aren't as cushioned as Hoka Speedgoats. Now the Hoka Speedgoat 4 actually is not a terribly good shoe. It's heavier than it should be. Whereas what I wear is the Evo Speedgoats, which are much lighter, almost as light as the Torrents, but with the cushioning. But you don't really need that much cushioning if you're just doing a half marathon. We're talking about 50 to 100 miles, where you really need to have that cushioning in your feet. Yeah, Monica, it is dark. Pitch black here now at 20 to 7 p.m. Carol, I would imagine that protein shake is basically full of E numbers, full of chemicals, to make it, to prolong its life, so it doesn't go off. That's my guess. Adam says, I'm not sure logging in to Zwift it says I need to share my weight and age and stuff like that. Yes, you need to put your weight and your height in, especially if you're doing races, like cycling races on Zwift. They do that to be able to determine the speed of your bike in game, and that will come to running as well. And your weight determines what your avatar looks like. So if you're quite a heavy set guy, your avatar will look heavier. 15 kilometres an hour now. Do another 200 metres. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
No, Adam, they cannot see your weight. No. You only need to share your weight with Zwift, not with the Zwift community. Bit of a pain in my back here, back of my ribs. Sore. Dirt Chinese says, if you are heavy, your avatar looks like a cute fat boy. Doesn't he look like a muscly guy? They're the funniest avatars because if you wear short shorts, so really muscly avatars with short shorts are hilarious. Ryan, I'm sure that's just because of the weight he's entered. Let me just put my fan on. Okay, so now we're going to get into the meat of things. I hope this pain in my back eases off. just at the lower part of my ribs at the back. 300 metres to go, and then we start the workout proper. And guys, thank you for your questions on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. I am still watching chat, but when we get going, I'll be working quite hard, so I won't really be able to answer many questions. Adam, it's not illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon. You should not put your weight lower than it is, because that leads to an unfair advantage for you against other riders and runners. Certainly in cycling, not really in running yet, but in cycling definitely. Nick Doubleton, yes, go to Run. R-U-N-N, it's R-U-N rather, it's in Hove. Run. It's near George Street in Hove. I don't think they sell Hokers there, but they're very, very good people. And they will have a good range of shoes. Okay, here we go for the first set. 800 metres at 16 kilometres per hour.
Nice. Okay, let's go.
Here we go. We're never going to let you in the 400 metre track, cyclists. So important to stay relaxed. Certainly on the first one. You don't want to be panicking on this one. Yes, I think it has, Ryan. To go. Trying to remember to keep my shoulders down. I always hunch them up. John Shaw is fed up with Bluetooth.
Nice.
Okay, so we have 400 metres recovery now. So that's the 800 done. Next, 600 metres at 17 kph. So we use this time to think about our body position, think about bringing the heart rate down, getting breathing comfortable, concentrating on good form and mentally preparing for the next interval. 7 kilometres left of Wednesday workout. Done 20 minutes, we've got about 40 to go, or a bit longer, or a bit less rather. Thanks, Susanna, I will keep going. So heart rate's come down a bit. For tonight, the overall distance is 11.2 kilometres. 11.2 kilometres. We had a mile of warm-up. Right, here we go then.
Let's go.
17 kph. To go, nice and relaxed. Trying to keep the heart rate steady. It's obviously going to climb. To go. All's all right with me. And John Shaw's got his equipment working again. Relax the shoulders. Arms moving forward, not side to side. It's like a stuck record, isn't it?
Nice.
Okay, heart rate went up to 170 there. So another 400 recovery, and then 400 at 18 kilometres an hour. Just by the way, if you are at all interested, as an experiment tonight, I have changed my weight on stride. So the stride power that you're seeing on the right hand side of the screen should be more like the kind of power that I will get outdoors if I did exactly the same run. So just to be clear, I haven't changed my weight in Zwift. I've changed my weight in the Stride app. So my Stride foot pod is giving me more power on the treadmill than it usually does, and that is deliberately to try and match the kind of power I would get if I was doing this session outdoors. So here we go with 400 meters at 18 kilometers per hour. Not really on the treadmill, dear Chinese, no. Oh, here we go. Outdoors it's good though. Right, just 400 meters at this pace. We can even see the finish line, look. It's really not far away. So we breathe easy, we relax, and before the heart rate gets too high, the interval is finished. Hello, Buenaventura from the North Sea. $150 meters to go. And Ace Ventura says hello to everyone else doing the workout tonight. Okay, just for fun, we usually do the next one, which is supposed to be 19 kilometers an hour, and just for fun, we do it at 20, which is the fastest my treadmill will go. So 20 kph, only 200 meters, over in a flash.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, here we go then. Let's get that speed up. Right up to the top.
Nice.
Heart rate 160, 170 there. Just a bit of a delay. Okay, so that is about halfway in terms of the hard work. We've got a 1 kilometre recovery now, and then we do all that again, but in reverse. So we'll speed up now for a little bit of recovery, probably about 12 kilometres an hour, I would have thought.
Okay, let's go.
There we go, 12 kph. And 1 kilometre here for a little bit. So if you've got any questions, again, fire them away now while we've got a bit of respite. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Don't forget, if you want to join any of the Zwift events, group runs, group workouts, races, you can do so on the Zwift website, zwift.com/events, like we're showing you here, or you can do it on the Zwift companion app. Just click on the events tab and select the run you want to take part in. Currently, we are doing the Zwift Academy, and you can still join Zwift Academy, you can still do all the workouts. You need to do 8 workouts and 2 races or 2 runs, 2 group runs to qualify to be in contention for a team of runners, 6 runners who will go to Berlin and run the Berlin Marathon. You don't have to be quick. Anyone can enter. And you also get prizes, Adidas shoes, a Woodway treadmill, which is a massive prize, Morton gels and hydration stuff, and other things besides. So get yourself entered for the Zwift Academy. And then we've also, at the moment, we've got the Halloween chase race. Enter Group A if you want to be chased. You start 2 minutes earlier than Group B, and if you join Group B, you will have 2 minutes. You'll be 2 minutes behind, and you have to try and catch Group A, and you'll be dressed in dinosaur costumes. So that'll be fun. So I might see if I can do one of those tomorrow. Ryan says, what's the plan with your Film My Run live Zoom events? The plan is that I'm going to decide what races I want to do, what runs and how often I can commit to, and then I shall email Zwift HQ and get them set up in the Zwift calendar. When that will be, I don't know. Well, hopefully not too far away. Okay, 200 metres to go, and then we'll do our quick 200 metre sprint at 20 kph again. So Paul Doyle, John Shaw, if you're listening, I'm going at 20 for this 200 metres, and then we'll stick to the official pace for the rest of them again. Yeah, there should be official events in the calendar. Ryan, yes.
Hamilton!
To infinity and beyond.
Okay, John Shaw's going to do 20 as well. Here we go then. So see how high my cadence is now. 191, 193. This is when the treadmill really shakes.
Nice! Heart rate back up to 169 there. Okay, next is 400 metres at 18. We've had enough fun now, that's it for fun. Now it's back to the hard work. 18 kilometres an hour, 400 metres. John, don't worry about it. I can never talk either, as much as I usually do in this event. It's fine. Okay, here we go. 18 kilometres an hour now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
400 metres, let's go. Heart rate creeping up again. 168, 169. 170. Right through the arch. Victoria says, is this session harder than the second Run Academy? Oh yeah, 171 for me as well, John. About the same, I would say. About the same. Oh, cheers, Ace. I am a bit fitter at the moment than I usually am. Yeah. I've been putting in a bit of work over the past 6 months to try and get ready for the South Downs Way 100 coming up in a week and a half's time. Right, here we go again now, 600 metres at 17.
Okay, let's go.
pain has gone, so we're all right now. Jonathan, I've not seen any messages. Where are your messages? I can see that one. There's literally no messages from you down the screen, I promise you. I reckon you just think you write them and then don't press enter.
You suck!
I'm not replying to that, Ryan. Selective reading. Maybe he just sends his messages when I'm most tired. Relax my shoulders. Keep telling myself.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Heart rate 172.
Nice!
Caught red-handed. To be fair though, let's not bother what the speed of the treadmill is. Just look at the heart rate. So the heart rate means I'm working. So it doesn't actually matter what the speed of the treadmill actually is. What matters is the effort you're putting in. And you've got to agree, I do look a little bit tired, don't I? I think I have worked a little bit hard this evening. And of course, outdoors is where it counts. And marathon PB on the Beachy Head course at the weekend says it all. 2 minutes under my previous PB, and the course was a kilometre longer as well, so we could take another 4 or 5 minutes off that. I can't even win on heart rate with Ryan. Says my dad is about your age and he can get his heart rate to the 190s. You're slacking. Fair enough. I just give up now, shouldn't I? Carol doesn't even think I've been working either. What's the matter with you lot? Look at the sweat coming off here. I give up with you lot. Can't bloody win. Right. You know I love you. 800 metres at 16 kilometres an hour. It's time to go. Let's do this thing. One more effort. 800 metres to go. Leo Loughran's done. Very hard, extremely ouch after that 8 Mile Hill session with his club yesterday. And an 8-hour graft at work today. Blimey. Well done, Leo, good job. So we've got about a mile to go of Wednesday workout. We're in the final interval. And heart rate today is coming from the optical sensor on my wrist. So of course it could be all rubbish. Oh look, 4,989 kilometres. I reckon at the end of this, I'll be at 5,000 kilometres. Meters to go. Carol, can you see my message? Yes, Captain. I give up then. What do you want from me? Heart rate 170, 150 metres to go. Wednesday workout, Group A. Done and dusted nearly. There we go, good job everybody. Nicely done. Right, Jonathan says above that. Do you mean below that? Okay, Carol says, Jonathan said he is trying to run 300 kilometres this month and he has 30 kilometres to go. That's a huge distance for my man. Well, honestly, kudos, Jonathan. I promise you, if I'd seen that message, I would have read it out, honestly. I just didn't see it. I don't know why. But yeah, 300 kilometres, awesome work. Good job, and you'll easily get 30k in the next couple of days. Nice one. So, we have just 800 metres to go, cool down, and that'll be Wednesday workout done for another week. I'm going to scroll down my messages and see if I can see that message somewhere. So I've got the message that says, Ryan, have you noticed that he just ignores my messages? Above that, I've got a message from Ryan from Twitch. Don't take it personally, Jonathan. Above that, Carol says selective reading. Above that, Ace Ventura says, I'm happy for you. But the problem is, when I come back, I can't follow your pace. Don't worry, Ace, you'll get there. Then another message from Ryan on Twitch, taking the mickey out of my treadmill speed. Buenaventura then says, hi, Jonathan. Jonathan Cost then says, hi, Ace. Ryan Perring then says, my dad is about your age. Carol says, looking at your effort, no. Carol says, I think he should be inclining as well. Ryan Perring says, actors can have fake tears. Then it's Leo's long message. And then Jonathan Cost says, can you see my message? I honestly have not received that message about running 300 kilometres. Z Squad says, nice way to study. Stephen in the background giving everything. Cheers, buddy. Oh, was it quite a while ago? Oh, okay. Well, my chat goes in pages, so at the bottom of that it'll be on the next page back. Okay, well maybe I did miss it because there were a couple of other messages there that I missed, that I hadn't seen. So, apologies. And a kind of global apology. If I do ever miss your messages, it's not personal. I do apologise. But I am running, trying to concentrate on the instructions, making sure my stream is working okay, and also trying to answer chat and be vaguely amusing or entertaining. So, I am sorry if I miss people's messages. Okay. John Shaw says, well done, 300 kilometres, mate. Hi, Finnemore, good evening. Been listening to all that hard work going on whilst driving my son to football training. Yeah, I do not encourage watching me and driving, but listening is probably okay. So heart rate is gradually coming back down now. 100 metres to go to the end of the run, and that'll be Wednesday workout for another week. Thanks very much, everybody. Well done if you ran. Well done, John, who I know is listening. I don't know if Paul Doyle's listening. Well done, guys. And we'll be back tomorrow. Paul Doyle says Stephen is quiet today. John, tell him I can't type because my phone is being used for my power meter. Right, there we go. So it looks like we had a heart rate spike at the beginning, 181 there, right at the beginning of the run. Look, 181 at the beginning, and then 20 kilometres an hour is the fastest we reached. And heart rate you can see spiking just after each interval, which is because it's always a bit late, getting up to speed. Clive Finnemore may get out of the car now and go for a cold, dark run outside. Good for you, Clive. Leo, would be great for Zwift to have 5k and 10k virtual race events every week like they do with the bike, and make it yourself as the best top commentator to commentate on Zwift. Well, when there are races, I do try and commentate on the races, and the thing is, once we get a little bit more, once we can verify runners a little bit more, then it might be worth having proper races on Zwift, proper races on Zwift. But the thing is, at the moment, you know how many, when we do races, we always have one flyer at the front, don't we? One person who's got a cadence of 150 and is running at 2 minutes 30 per kilometre, with no heart rate. We always get somebody like that, and it's very difficult to get rid of those people. Well, it's not that difficult, but at the moment we haven't got it in running, and we need to get it before we can do proper racing. My idea, of course, is to have people on video, so I'm going to start doing some Film My Run races. Film My Run 5k will be a proper all-out race, but to be able to compete, to be able to be in the run, you have to have heart rate, cadence and video. So hopefully doing that will mean that we do get some genuine runners winning these races. Yeah, no entry, no cadence, no heart rate, no entry, and no video, no entry. Neil says that was hard work. Yeah. Oh, should I? Okay, hang on. All right, yeah, just walk a little bit further just to get the extra XP points. There we go. I've done it. I'm not going any further. Thank you very much. I can't be bothered to go to 7 miles. Okay, right. So Jonathan's original question about 300 kilometres was way back by Vidar's trainer question. Okay, so way back on about 2 pages back. Ryan Perring says that was easy. You didn't do it. How could you? It's all very well saying it was easy, sitting there on your sofa, cleaning your camera lenses, or something, whatever you're doing. Right, I'm off. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I might do something in the morning. I am tapering now, so I'm tapering for the next week and a half till we get to the race, the South Downs Way 100. Is that Adam Holland on the bottom? Oh no, A Holland from Australia. It's not Adam Holland. But I will definitely be on tomorrow. But whether it's morning and evening or just evening, I don't know yet. We'll see. So thank you very much for taking part. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the comedy chat as usual on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. We're getting loads of people on Twitch now. Really nice. If you want to go and have a look at Twitch is really good quality, as Ryan and Clive Finnemore have attested to. The quality is better than on Facebook and also YouTube as well, I think. Right, take care everybody. Thanks for the chat, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.